All right, it is time for another pop-up card assembly tutorial. So last couple weeks ago for Father's Day, this was our release with a pop-up envelope. It says Happy Father's Day. So that was our previous release. And if you're a Patreon subscriber, you can get it through there. So what often happens when I'm making pop-up cards, just a brief little how things sometimes work, is when I make a pop-up card, sometimes when I'm done with it, I'm like, oh, you know what? It'd be really cool to do this with that, or make it do that. So sometimes when I make one, it turns into something else when it's done, if that makes any sense. It kind of evolves into something else. It gives me ideas for the next one. So oftentimes you'll see the same kind of style or mechanisms used in a row. So that's kind of why that happens if you notice it. So this was our last release, and it gave me an idea if I could somehow make something pop out of the envelope along with the note that slides up when you open it. And I thought, oh, you know what? It would be really cool if something like this. So a little heart kind of slides out and flips over as you open it, as well as the note goes up still. So you can see it from this side. So does that. So that was my first does it work kind of thing. And this is, when I knew it worked, it kind of started to fine tune. So this is kind of this is what we're doing today. This isn't the finished design, but the stuff we're putting together today will be the finished design. So you can see the little red heart flips out, and you can see sending love from me to you. So this is the card we'll be putting together. All right, let's see here. Here are all our pieces. We're going to start with this. So we got our little note. It only has one fold in it, and that one gets folded that way. Got our heart, no folding on that. We have our envelope. So we're just going to pre-fold these. And again, if you want access to this template and the ones I've already released, make sure you check out my Patreon link. For the pop-up templates, it's just $10 a month. If you join, you get this one as well as the previous ones I released. And if you stay subscribed, you get the future ones as well. There is a lower tier. It's $5 a month, I think it is. And that one just includes some embellishments, seamless patterns, and stuff like that. So check that out if you want. So that's that. Then we have this little piece here. It's got two folds in it, like that. And this one has three folds in it. So it's got this one folds forward, and these up here fold backwards. So that is that. And we have our backing sheets, like this. So the backing sheet will have two slots in it. One closest to the spine, so this would be the spine of the card right here, is the front of your card, I guess you would call it, and this is the back, or the top, because the way it opens, it's going to open like that. All right, so there's that, and then this will be the front of the card, like that. And of course, we need our base card. This is an A2 sized card. You can make it bigger if you want. All right, so we're gonna start with, need my trusty label thing here. What am I looking for here? This right here. All right, so the first piece you're gonna put together is the envelope lifter. And your adhesive is gonna go on this part right here. Oops. And you're gonna take the backing piece that has the slot closest to the spine. Oh, I put the adhesive on the wrong side. That doesn't matter. It'll go on that side at the end anyway, but it's gotta go on that side. So you're just gonna slot that in there like that. Get it kind of centered. So that's what you're going for here. And you want to fold the tab away from the spine. And then we're gonna take and put this in there, like that. So that's gonna attach like that. So I'm just gonna close everything here. Like that. Flip that up, put your adhesive on that. Make sure everything's square. Attach that. And now we're gonna put this into our backing, or base card. So I'm just putting adhesive on that. There's that. And when you put this in, make sure you have it the right way. Because if you attach it backwards, obviously it's not going to work. So I just hold it closed. Take your base card and just put it in the spine like that. Hold it closed. Get it centered. And then just close it like that. Slide your fingers out and then make sure everything's attached. So that's our first pop-up mechanism there. And now we'll put this part in. But before I do that, I'm going to put adhesive here, a little bit on both these sides and up here as well. Just like that. And now we're going to put this part in. Adhesive goes on the bottom. All right, so now this is going to go through that slot, and you want to center it in that slot as well. And that bend is going to go into the spine of the card. I get a good angle here, but my fat finger's getting in the way. So that's gonna go in the spine like that. So you center it as best you can in that slot. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't want it all the way off to one side. And it lines up with the spine if you kind of keep your card half closed as you do this. It should just push itself into the spine. Like that. just gonna briefly, you don't wanna attach it to the adhesive you put on already. Just gonna kind of press that down a little bit. And now we can do our envelope. So you can do this in two different ways. You can do this actually first before you do this, but I like to do this part first because it's kind of hard to finagle through the envelope, through this slot, and then through this slot, and then get it into the middle of the spine. So this is why I do it this way, but you might find it easier doing it the other way. So let's see, let's do like this. So you're gonna slide that through. And then you want to make sure the bottom of the envelope, take that off, does not go past where this pop-up folds. So you don't want to go past that bend. Otherwise it's going to bind up when you close it. So I like to leave my envelope unclosed at the moment so I can get it centered on the part that pops it up, and then just kind of hold that at the bend of the pop-up itself, and then kind of close the card. Then make sure you don't go past the bend, if that makes sense. That should be good. Press everything together. There, that should be good. No binding. Now we can put our actual envelope together. This makes it kind of cumbersome, but it works out in the end. So just a little adhesive on one side, right there, and also on this part, just a little bit, right there. Put those together, flip that up, attach that. There, so there is basically how the Father's Day card one stops. But we're going to take this one further. This is the tricky part. Kind of tricky, I guess. So this part has a long piece and then two bends. The long piece is going to get attached to the note that slides up, and the opposing, let's see, how should we label that? It's just the opposing side gets attached to the envelope. So the long piece attached to the note, the short piece attaches to the envelope. This bend before the short piece gets lined up with the top of the envelope, just a little bit above the top of the envelope. See if I can show you. Actually, I can't because the heart's going to cover it. I'll show it to you after I put it on. So I'm going to put the adhesive on. I should have a pen to mark these so you can see the folds better, but I'm going to put adhesive on the long side and this side, leaving no adhesive here for the moment in the middle. So I'm going to close it like that. And when I put it in, I'm going to line up that bend with the top of the envelope. So you want to try to get it as square as possible here. You can kind of use that bend in there to line it up. So I'm just going to press that. So you can see that bend is just above the top of the envelope. And that's how you want it to work. If you get it off a little bit, you can just close it and it'll kind of line itself up as long as you're not too far off. You may have to recrease itself by itself to make it work. And then you can put your adhesive on that part like that, and then just line up the top of the heart with the part you just put on to kind of cover it. Like that. So I'm just lining that up. Make sure it's straight, of course. Like that. There, and we have our heart that flips out as you open it, as the note slides up. That's pretty much the finished card. So now we can completely finish it and put the front on it. So the template file, cut file, comes with the front design as well. You got a border background, and then you got your front background if you want to use it. So you put that together. Or you can design the front however you want. Fine, I'll flip you the other way. Oops, that's crooked. It's crooked. And we'll put this on the card itself. Make sure it's on the front and not the back, because that would be embarrassing. There. Now it is complete. So the front just says a note for you, and as you open it, hey, look, a note for you. So I'm pretty excited about this design. I think it turned out pretty good. So again, the template for this is available to my Patreon subscribers. Check the link in either my bio or to be in the comments, depending on where you're watching this video. This finished card is also available to purchase if you're not a paper crafter, but you still like the card and you'd like to purchase it. I do have an Etsy shop and my own website, both totallypoppin.com or totallypoppin.etsy.com if you want the finished card. Otherwise, check for the Patreon link as well, like I said. Let me know what you think of this card in the comments, and I will see you guys on the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.